Hi, Gary here. Many years ago, I went through the U.S. Army's jump school, and what we did on a daily basis were a thing called PLFs, parachute landing falls. Yeah, these were practicing how to land every time when you're under canopy, so you wouldn't get injured. And we did them hundreds of times a day. It just got to be really obnoxious. Anyway, money is about three things. It's really about cash flow, taxes, and balance sheet. And like PLFs, it's something you really want to have going all the time. Well, at least look at it annually and review it. So what are the important elements? Well, cash flow is really about your spending plan, okay? You want more money coming in than it's going out, otherwise known as budget. What's important about cash flow is the fact that you want to look at multiple elements within there. Are you have any large expenditures coming up? Are you happy with the kinds of expenses that you're paying, or you want to change that? Do you have the right kinds of cash flow coming in? Is it coming from the right places? Does it make sense from a tax perspective? There are so many elements around cash because it's interrelated to everything we do, and it's something that if we can't pay our bills and we're running out of money, we feel poor. So we want to make sure our cash flow is really solid and clean and works real well. Second are taxes. And taxes are part of cash flow. It's an expense. Now, we want our investments to be, if we could, all tax deductible, if not that, tax deferred, and if not that, tax free. It's really important because taxes take a huge chunk away from our return and from our expenses. And so the most important thing about taxes is to be tax informed, knowing what's available. And every year the tax code changes, and every year your situation changes. So there are so many things that can happen that if you really pay attention to your taxes, at least on an annual basis, you're probably going to make some changes, save some taxes, have some more money, have some more positive cash flow. It just makes a lot of sense. And finally is your balance sheet. This is all about structure. What do I mean by that? I mean you have assets for short-term, intermediate, and long-term. Short-term, what's that? Well, that's to spend. It's money that's coming off your balance sheet that you spend. It's also money that you set aside at least for 6 months of your expenses in case you run into hard times. And you want to have in that intermediate area, 3 to 5 years of expenses set up, ready to roll, ready to go when bad stuff happens to you or from the economy or the markets or whatever's happening that goes bump in the night. Finally, you have the long-term assets, and these need to be well diversified. They have to deal with inflation, and they have to grow because they're there for your future, way down the line. And that structure and balance sheet is really important. But overall, the most important element is to look at the cash flow, taxes, and balance sheet, at least on an annual basis. Just like PLFs, you want to be doing this all the time. It will make all the difference, and it will help you from not become financially injured. Enjoy.